Why did this Letcher County Sheriff murder this judge? The video, possible motive, and update on the criminal case, all today on KGA.
To Kentucky, where Court TV has obtained new video connected to the shooting of a Kentucky judge. Former Letcher County Sheriff Mickey Stines was arrested last year after he fatally shot District Judge Kevin Mullins in his chambers. A motive is still unclear, but now we have obtained new video of the events before and after the shooting that may shed some light onto this case. Here to break it all down for us is Court TV legal correspondent Kelly Craft. Always great to see you, Kelly. Tell us what happened earlier in the day during the meeting with the judge and others in chambers and after their lunch together.
Well, good afternoon to you, Judge Ashley. So this newly released video that we've been able to obtain here at Court TV, it's really fascinating to take a look at. So this first little clip of the video that we're going to show you is the gentleman there sitting inside. This is the chambers of the judge. You can see the sheriff there across from him. Next to the judge, we believe that's a court clerk. And then just two other gentlemen that are inside. They're all casually talking. No indication from this video that no one is getting along, no one is not getting along. So this is that video. This is before they have gone to lunch. And then we also have another video that is of them coming back from lunch. So you see the judge walking there. You see the sheriff quite a bit behind walking as well. So the judge and the sheriff had gone and sat and had lunch together. And then they eventually just made their way back into the office. And the reason that we find this so fascinating is because it doesn't appear, Judge Ashley, that anything is wrong. It gives no indication of what is about to come.
Isn't that crazy? So we've seen those two videos now, those new videos. We've also seen previously the video of the actual shooting that occurs. So tell us.
So, thus far we have two guys who seemingly got along very well, having a friendly conversation early in the day, and later going out for lunch with no signs of animosity. In fact, they had a long-standing relationship, with Stines working as Mullins' bailiff until his election to sheriff in 2018. They were known to be friends, and having lunch together was a fairly common occurrence. We will get to the alleged motive in a bit, although not all of the dots have been connected.
So tell us, what do we know about how Stines just calmly walks out of the courthouse after the shooting?
And this is another video that we have obtained here at Court TV. So it shows just moments after that shooting. You eventually hear, you see the front of the courthouse, other people are walking out, appearing frantic, walking quite quickly, some of them running. And eventually, there you see him, you see the sheriff just calmly making his way out of the courthouse. He just continues to walk down the sidewalk. He's not saying anything to anyone. Vinny had a guest on last night who was saying that one of the workers inside the courthouse actually went up to the sheriff after hearing about the shooting. She had no idea that he was the one that pulled the trigger, and gave him a hug and said, "Be careful because a shooting just took place," not knowing that he was the one that did the shooting.
Wow, and he was calm. You're right. Some of the first people are running out of the courthouse, and here he comes, really appearing to be strolling. But tell us now about his rest. What have we learned, Kelly, about how Stines acts and perhaps having some type of panic attack, as I understand it?
So we have this other video now that shows him being arrested. So we can take a look at that. You see him there. Eventually, you see him. He's already handcuffed. They eventually put him inside the police cruiser. Now, we're also going to play a little clip from you of him being inside that police cruiser. You can't see him, but you definitely can hear him. And it sounds as if he just keeps repeating himself. He's getting a little bit agitated. He's talking about how hot he is. Treat me fairly, guys. Let's go ahead and play that for our viewers.
We now know that Stines is a psychopathic individual, calmly walking away after murdering a man in cold blood. It's not until later, when arrested, that he shows any emotion, which was actually quite humorous in a macabre way. How often have we seen police officers stuff a fat man in a police cruiser without any concern for his comfort? Or say, They aren't supposed to be comfortable when a suspect complains the cuffs are too tight. Yet this sheriff begs for the same allowances he and his deputies surely denied to others over the years.
Now, come on. Y'all gonna leave me in here and let me die of heat exhaustion? No. I can't get up in there. Come on now. Come on. I can't. Yeah, man, I can't get in. These cuffs are way too tight. Come on now, guys. Come on now. Keep going. I know it's tight. Keep it wide.
You may pick your leg up, my brother.
Y'all got carbon monoxide in here. Come on now. Come on. I can't sit like this.
Slide sideways.
I can't. Come on now. Be fair to me.
We're being good to you, brother. You stick your leg up in there.
Come on now, guys. Please don't do this to me. Please don't do this to me. Please.
You want to scoot on over a little bit to the left?
Come on now.
Try to scoot on over a little bit more. That way we don't hit you. Can you go any bit farther? That's what we'll hit you with the door. Put your knee in there, my friend.
Hey, Jason. Hey, Bates. Hey, Bates. Can we loosen this up a little or give the window down?
I'm sorry.
Can we loosen this up a little? Be fair to me, man.
I got some air. I'll crack the window for you, but I can turn the air on back here. Okay?
Yeah. Be fair to me now.
I promise, man. Yeah, I promise.
God, please.
I promise.
I'll tell you.
It's hot back here, man. I can't breathe.
You know who else cannot breathe, Sheriff Stines? Judge Mullins, of course, the man you murdered. That's not to say that Judge Mullins was a stand-up guy. There should be no heartfelt eulogy singing his praises. Which leads us to the motive. So why did Sheriff Stines allegedly kill a judge? Sex and money, of course.
It turns out there are recordings about the dead judge that tie him to some very dirty business in that county. A sex for favors scandal that sent a former deputy to jail and got the sheriff, who's now facing murder, sued in federal court. News Nation investigative producer Allison Weiner uncovered these recordings, and she joins me live now. You're such a great producer. I mean, we send you out to dig this stuff up, and then I have to have you on television to report it. What kind of a recording are we talking about, Allison?
Well, these are recordings from the criminal investigation into Deputy Fields, the guy that went to prison for the sex for favor scandal. And Deputy Fields was convicted of rape 3, of sodomy, and also of perjury. So the recordings are from his victim. And she subsequently has filed the civil rights lawsuit in federal court. The victim is Sabrina Atkins, and she was interviewed by police about what had happened to her when she was an inmate in Letcher County in Whitesburg. And that's where Sheriff Stine was working, and also where Ben Fields was working. And these recordings, I was listening to them, and I just sort of stopped and was like, I'm beginning to see that Sheriff Stine's life was coming apart, like sort of one thing, one block at a time. And this was not a good thing that I was listening to. And let's take a listen to it, and then we can talk about it.
He does have some videotapes of some stuff in the judge's chambers.
What kind of stuff?
Just with girls, sexual and stuff.
What describe? Have you seen the videos?
I've seen one partly, just him having sex with girls for the able to get out of jail.
Who was having sex?
Ben and just some higher ups up there.
Who?
The judge and.
You saw the video.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What did you see on the video? I mean,
I've seen Judge Mullins having sex with a girl.
Who was the girl?
I don't know. Because I don't know a lot of people from over there.
Where was it at?
In his office, in the judge's chambers.
Is that the same place that you were meeting Ben? Is that how you know it was a judge in chambers?
Yeah.
And this was Judge who?
Mullins.
Allison, wow, that's pretty clear. That's her saying Judge Mullins was having sex with these people in his chambers, just like the other deputy.
So there you have it, folks. Our government betters, who likely put hundreds or thousands of criminals behind bars, were running their own criminal enterprise, which included raping women in the judge's chambers. In a small rural county like Letcher, This was surely common knowledge. Over the years, not a single bailiff or other court employee saw a woman who had been arrested go into or come out of the chambers without her attorney present. That would be a risible conclusion. This isn't a bad apple. This is a poisonous tree that has created a two-tier justice system, and we are at the bottom of it. Our final update is the judge's appearance in court where he pleaded insanity to the charges. I sure cannot wait to hear this Swinky defense. For an update about this case, please subscribe. Also, like, share, and especially comment.